Each team is cooking for 60 guests. We're an hour into prep and we've hit a wall with the key part of our dish. Gary's semen macadamia puree and he's not a happy chappy.
For me, it doesn't work.
The pressure's really getting to me, scrapping the macadamia puree. It's not something I want to do.
Trust me, if you don't want to be deterred, if you want to stick with your idea and you feel confident about it, you go for it. Because my idea of food is different to yours. I love being proved wrong. I love it.
Parade! Quick! Punch!
So controlled.
It looks amazing. They're so disciplined. It's so impressive and it's a real honour to be watching this.
Front rank! Will retire. A bow! Done!
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
It's pretty exciting. I think there's a real buzz amongst the contestants, and you know, for me, it's pretty special to be seeing this again.
Front rank will advance. A bow! Done!
Well, guys, that's what you call a welcome. And standing here really brings it home to me that our personal freedom is something that we can't take for granted. So many young men and women have stood here before in service of their country. And I don't know how it makes you feel, it makes me feel emotional.
This year marks the 100th anniversary of the dawn of the Anzac spirit. 100 years ago, our troops landed at Gallipoli. For 8 months, they displayed a combination of endurance, courage, discipline, and mateship that has become known around the world as the Anzac spirit.
For many, Puckapunyal was the last place that they did their training before they were posted overseas. Some never to return home. What these guys do is so much more than a job. They play such an important role in peacekeeping around the world, and more importantly, preserving our Australian way of life. And today, we're here to say thank you to them and their families. We are here courtesy of the Australian Defence Force and of Legacy, which is a charity that supports the families of the members of the Australian Defence Force. So today's challenge is going to be a very special one indeed.
I know over the time that I've spent in the Army, the really important role that Legacy plays for Army families. It's exciting for us that we're going to be doing something for these people.
You're not defending your country, you're cooking. The theme for today's challenge is Australia's finest. We'll have a pantry full of Australia's finest ingredients from which we want you to create a beautiful, individually plated 2-course meal for 120 serving Army personnel and Legacy guests and their families.
When we hear that we have to serve 120 guests, I think all of our hearts skip a beat. That is a huge challenge for us.
Me and Matt were the first in, being team captains.
Everyone is running as fast as we possibly can. Like, it's literally a battle.
We run into the pantry to see what's there. Straight away, I'm drawn to the lamb racks. It's a quintessential Australian dish, so I decide that's going to be a great thing for us to present for our main course.
Come on, guys. There's racks. There's lots of racks.
Let's go racks.
So I think we're looking at a lamb rack.
Matthew's running the show and telling us what are we going to do today.
So Amy, Frenching?
Frenching?
Yep.
Yeah,
Frenching.
I assign everyone a task, and I put Sarah second in charge.
What?
So to be clear, guys, we've got a lamb rack. We need to season it. We're going to put it in sous vide. We've got a jus on the side. We need a mash.
Prep sous vide. Let's start. Let's get. I'll get some food.
Go, red team. Go. I'll start with some paper.
we going?
Yeah, go with
Semi-Fredo.
Because a semi-Fredo doesn't need to be churned.
Yeah.
And it'll still be creamy.
Ashley is really strong at desserts.
How are we going to plate it?
We've got these molds.
So I'd be mad not to put her in charge of creating our second course.
We're looking at an Anzac biscuit crumble, a lemon curd. We're taking the golden syrup element out of the Anzac biscuit and putting it into a semi-Fredo. So you crack on with the curd. You're right with semi-Fredo. Crumb, good stuff.
The biggest concern is making sure that semi-Fredo is perfect. The dessert will pretty much be ruined if the semi-Fredo is not right. It's the main element on the dish.
Blues. Guys, I just saw this and I just thought grab it.
Beautiful.
I see the eye fillet. There's not much you need to do to an eye fillet to make it absolutely amazing.
Right, beef. Yeah, I'm comfortable with beef. Yeah. I know like a bit of a macadamia sort of puree that might be nice.
Like a puree?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We've got a fillet of beef with a macadamia puree. You know, there's nothing more Australian than macadamias. And then just highlighting the seasonal vegetables, I think, is a really strong main course.
I've got meringue, shards. We've got 2 types of frozen cream.
He's my lieutenant on desserts.
I really want to make a special dessert today with berries and cream and an Anzac crumble. My plan is to use meringue shards to pull it all together.
If that's the best produce, that's the best of Australia, I'm happy with it.
I've got a great team here with me. I'm going to do my absolute best. We're going to do our absolute best, and I think it's going to be a cracking dish.
I think that the combination of lamb rack, mash and asparagus will go really well together on the plate. We haven't cooked for 60 people before, so it's really important that we get our portion sizes right today. We've got a stack of potato and asparagus to prep, but Frenching those 24 lamb racks is going to be our biggest challenge.
As long as the soldiers are happy, as long as the families are happy, then I'll be happy.
We're gonna smash this.
So the macadamia puree is raw macadamias with olive oil, water and white wine vinegar and salt. I think it's delicious, as Australian as you can get, really. I think it's an important part of the dish.
Stephen?
Yeah?
I've just looked at that macadamia nut puree.
Yeah. You don't like it?
No. For me, it doesn't work. Trust me, if you don't want to be deterred, if you want to stick with your idea and you feel confident about it, you go for it. Because my idea of food is different to yours. I love being proved wrong. I love it.
I know. Deep down, I know it can work, but we need to change it somehow.
I think we need to use the macadamias somehow, otherwise the dish falls apart a little bit.
Only from the Australian perspective.
Yeah. Stephen's went to a lot of effort with this puree. So I suggest that adding a parsnip puree to that might complement and go really well together.
Like I would maybe like taste this with the meat, like and taste the texture, like of that.
Right, okay.
So he gives me the thumbs up and I get straight onto that.
You worried?
Absolutely.
I'm worried.
Guys, 1 hour to go. Gary and I are concerned. Right now, you need to move your butt. Let's go. Come on.
Come on, let's go.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure at the moment. This is pretty personal for me, and I don't want to disappoint the people out there.
It's an honour and we're really excited, and everything we're doing, we're putting a lot of love into it.
There's a massive pressure today. You know, we're serving people that put their lives at risk for our safety and freedom every day of the week. How many do we have? It's a heavy burden to carry on my shoulders, and I really want to give them gorgeous food that they're going to enjoy.